Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. It's Cynicalex, and today we have our first look at the APK thanks to the star creators. Now, this is the last APK that we are going to be seeing for the foreseeable future, so I want you guys to give as much support as possible to these other star creators. They're working really hard to bring us the APK. I really appreciate them, and especially my boy Mateo Stein. He was streaming ASAP. I was at my mom's house. I whipped out my phone. I started watching, and he did an absolutely fantastic job. Streamed for over 2 hours, even though it was already like 2 o'clock in the morning for him. So he was putting in massive work, major time, just to show everything off and to, you know, do good for the community. So go hit up his YouTube channel, Mateo Stein. You can see his little profile picture icon there, looking fresh with the cut. And give him a like, drop a like, drop a subscribe, whatever that, you know, click the red button, click the bell. And yeah, so all of this footage here that you're seeing is thanks to Mateo and him showing off the APK. And there you go, the first one. I mean, there's one Thor there, but there's another Thor up there looking absolutely fresh. It's that guy from Fortnite. So I'm going to try to give you guys as much information as possible. Again, completely brought to you by Mateo. Without him streaming and without other people in the community like Cool Max jotting all these notes down and all this information, I would have absolutely no idea what's going on in the APK, and I wouldn't have nearly as much detailed information to give you guys. So that's why I think you guys should support them. So I have it on 2x speed right now. I'm gonna slow it down when it needs to be slowed down. Actually, we'll start at 1x speed. But anyways, so Thor is the first character that I want to cover here. The update is actually crazy because it seems like there are no new characters. There's just 3 uniforms, 2 awakenings, and a tier 3, and that's it. No uniforms. Well, there's more content. There's lots of content with the story mode, which we will get to. I wanted to start with the story mode, but I know you guys want to see the uniforms and stuff. So yeah, but there's no new characters. So it's a crazy idea for an update. I really hope that it works because I think that the devs did a really awesome job, and I think they're going in the right direction with the game, as you'll see. But yeah, this is a bold move. So here are some of Thor's skills. You can see tons of lightning. Honestly, I had the idea, or I had the thought at first, maybe it's just a little bit too much lightning. I can't really see Thor. He gets lost in the lightning, but honestly, I think it's a good problem to have. I would rather Thor have too much lightning on his skills than not enough. Also, I'll show you guys later, they changed Thor's tier 3 skill animation a little bit. They bumped up the damage, they bumped up the effects and all this stuff, but they did change his tier 3 a little bit, which is amazing. Really, really cool stuff. So that's what Thor looks like here. We also have a new uniform for Loki, which is coming up in about 5 seconds. Loki looks absolutely incredible. Some people would complain about Thor, but we're going to wait and see. Loki looks absolutely insane, and his tier 3 is one of the most beautiful, if not the most beautiful and most cool and most badass tier 3s in the game, in the entire game. It is unlike any other tier 3. There's no copy paste. There's nothing. It's a completely unique animation that doesn't apply to any other character in the game except for Loki. It is literally as unique as you can get. And I highly doubt they'll ever be able to copy and paste this type of tier 3 for another character. And if they do, honestly, it would be impressive. So I know I hyped his tier 3 up a lot. This uniform for Loki is an absolute top to bottom change. He loses the cold damage. His tier 2 passive is completely different. His 4-star passive gets a buff from 15% energy attack to 30. He's still a super villain. For some reason, he still has the cold ability, which I think is one mistake. I wanted to pause this here for Thor really quickly because I think the devs made an error, or maybe it's not finished yet, but I want the devs to know that they need to add the power cosmic ability to Thor. He absolutely needs that. He's the Herald of Thunder. He literally, you guys called it Cosmic Thor, right? Cosmic power. So he absolutely needs that ability. 100% thematically, that's Marvel lore. As far as Loki is concerned, you guys saw it briefly when he went into the details page, but Loki still has the chill damage ability despite not having cold damage anymore. So if for whatever reason you still have a cold damage obelisk on Loki, it is not going to synergize anymore with this uniform. But you're probably not going to want a Transcendence on him anymore because he claps mad cheeks. You're probably going to want to give him something much better. But yeah, that is sort of a misnomer there. Also, he doesn't even deal mind damage. He deals energy damage. But anyways, that's Thor. That's Loki. Valkyrie is a uniform for... it is a uniform for Valkyrie. This Brunhild uniform is a uniform for Valkyrie, so we were correct. She gets, I mean, she didn't have any buffs before. This is her first uniform, but she gets a ton of buffs They buffed her passive, her tier 2 passive. It now has a 50% increased damage to villains, and it has a 30% ignore dodge for all allies. So that should help against Null, and it probably confirms that Null does have very high dodge rate because they're adding ignore dodge to the Shield Maiden of Asgard's passive. You can see it right there, 30%. She also has a really cool 4-star passive that allows you to heal whenever you use a skill that has bleed. So really cool mechanic. I love the fact that they're doing that. I think Mateo gets down to it. She also has an ignore. She has a Silver Surf for a 3rd skill with counterattack and ignore iframe. So she might be really good for PvP, shockingly enough. Top to bottom, like Valkyrie and Thor and Loki are absolute 100% top to bottom reworks. So basically, if you want to play with Valkyrie, if you want to play with Loki, both these uniforms are basically must buys, and they both look like they might not be meta shattering, but they're definitely going to be in the meta from what I can see. But her leader of the Valkyrie passive is actually very, very cool. Dang, I think he cycles back to it. It's really, really cool. When you use a skill with bleed, you get a 15% heal and you get 15% chain hit damage. Really, really creative abilities, and it apparently applies to, I don't know if it applies to all allies or if it just applies to her, but yeah. So here we're gonna go back and see what Thor's skills actually look like. You can take a look at all the animations. It's beautiful. There's a lot going on, but here you're gonna see Thor's tier 3 skill for the first time. Check this out. Boom, and then he jumps. So they kept the leap. They kept the leap from Infinity War, which honestly, I love the leap. I never had a problem with the animation for Thor's tier 3, but now they added this really cool eye flash, and he raises up Mjolnir and he calls the lightning down. It looks absolutely incredible. That's so cool. I gotta say, that's so sick. Absolutely so sick. And it leaves this massive lightning crater. We'll have to see how much damage it does, but they've changed the effects completely. He's got 8 seconds of invincibility now instead of 5. He's got 80% penetration for 10 seconds or 12 seconds. He's got all defense, 70% all defense down, 2 seconds of paralysis, tons of new skills. So his tier 3 skill seems completely changed. Thor also has a charge up skill on his 4th. There has been a lot of confusion in the community because the star creators just couldn't see, and it wasn't really obvious from the wording on the skill. But yeah, his 4th skill, you can charge it up, and when you charge it up, he gets accumulation, but he gets a heal. So Thor has a heal. So really amazing changes, I gotta say, visually, thematically, lore-wise, and the power level. Thor gets, he doesn't get as big of a bump, it seems, as Loki and Valkyrie, but keep in mind, Loki and Valkyrie were terrible. So they really needed a massive bump, whereas Thor didn't necessarily need as massive a bump. I actually just noticed he changes hands on Mjolnir. That's actually really cool. Maybe I went too far forward. Okay, hang on. So he's holding it in his left hand, and then when you click on him, he swaps to his right. That's actually so sick. So yeah, Thor got an extra 5% lightning damage on his tier 2 passive. He got an extra 5% lightning damage and 5% damage reduction on his uniform passive. So these are small incremental buffs along with changes to his skills. The one thing that a lot of people are going to rag on him about is his 4-star passive. It still is only 5% increased lightning damage. This one down here after his 5th skill, I can't remember what it's called. I mean, they could change it, I guess. They could make it like 30% lightning damage. I don't think it's that big of a deal as long as his other skills deal damage and deal enough damage. Now, people have already come to the conclusion just after a couple of hours on APKs from different star creators that Thor does not look meta or that he doesn't look strong enough and stuff like that. Honestly, I think the star creators have a really difficult job to showcase these characters properly, and it's such a challenging task because the APKs now are full of crafted cards with Pierce and Odin, 20 Odin's blessings on every character, and mighty CTPs of energy and regen. So everything is crafted and new, and it's impossible to compare that to what your account is with your stats and your cards and your builds. Not to mention in World Boss, you have however much Valor and Resistance, but they purposely turned down the Valor and Resistance in order to highlight the reforged CTPs and crafted cards. So Mateo basically has an impossible job. He cannot accurately, and no one could accurately know, okay, this is how much damage Thor is going to do, because the APK is basically like the Upside Down from Stranger Things compared to the real world. in the actual game. So I'm gonna reserve my judgment for Thor when he comes out. One hope that I do have personally is that because this update is a brand new idea for them, this is the first time this year, and it was the only time last year, and this is only the third time ever that they've released an update with no new characters. They did it for Endgame, and they did it for Infinity War, I believe, where it was just tons of uniforms. Now, Infinity War and Endgame had Infinity War and Endgame, the two largest MCU movies ever released, to lean on. And those were two of the most profitable updates in Marvel Future Fight history. So I think that they're going for that again, and I hope that they're right about it, because Infinity War and Endgame were amazing. You don't have to release new characters to make money in Marvel Future Fight, and I hope that they realize that. If you release amazing uniforms that are changing and buffing and awesome for the characters, and if you improve rewards, the players will spend cash and the players will support the game, and that's what they've done in this update. So I'm gonna reserve my judgment for Thor, but basically what I was trying to say was, I sort of got sidetracked, but because this is such a unique situation where there are no new characters, I think the devs are going to be, and I'm hoping they will be more receptive when the update lands to making changes. So if everybody says, hey guys, we love Thor, he looks beautiful, but his damage is just not quite there, I feel like the devs will be quicker to fix it, because if we don't buy the uniforms, there's literally nothing to spend money on unless you're a whale and you're buying a bunch of packs in the shop. So for the low spenders and the mid spenders, they really need to make those players happy by putting out a product, Loki's uniform, Valkyrie's uniform, Thor's uniform, that is going to, really drive sales. So hopefully that's the case. Again, I'm speculating, but I think, yeah, see, that's what people are going to meme. But I do think that they will be more receptive to that. So now let me show you guys. I've been talking a lot about the rewards. I want to show you guys the new story. So there's actually a lot of content coming in this update, more than we thought. So we thought we were just getting the True Shield story. We're actually getting both the True Shield and the Future Ends Here. And how effing cool does Thanos look? He looks insanely dope. Yeah. So we're getting both modes. Now, there's no campaign mode. They just went with an alternate mode. I personally think this is the right idea. It wastes time creating both, and it doesn't really have much of a purpose. Now, we do lose the one-time rewards from the campaign mode, but that's okay because the rewards in the alternate mode are sick. So let's check this out. We got this one and this one. I'm not sure which one Mateo clicks on first here. Okay, he goes for the ultimate difficulty of the new end of the future. This one only has 3 stages, and it has those fragments that you farm for. Again, same rules. You have a 25% increased chance to get a fragment for each of the tier 3 or awakened characters that you bring. And as you can see, as you'll see here from the fragment when he checks it out here real quick. So check this out. Let me just go back really quickly. So first thing, they changed the basic reward. Right now in the game, the basic reward, and I'll go in my game to show you. Right now, the basic reward, if you don't get a story mode fragment, is to get a 4-star, or not 4-star, sorry, a level 4 uniform XP chip. They have changed that for all of the content. So as you can see right there, for all of the existing content right now, if you don't get a fragment, you get a level 4 uniform XP chip. They're changing that to tier 3 materials. That's right. Essence of Dimension or Titan component packs. Now, it can be a little bit annoying. You don't control which one you get. And remember, you can only get it once per day per stage, but it's on every single stage. So that means it's on all of the alternate ultimate mission stages. So, I mean, all of every single stage. I'm not sure exactly how to show you all of the stages. There's a way to show you. There's like a drop down menu, but I can't quite figure it out. Maybe if I go here? No. Oh, yes, here. So all of these stages, I just figured it out. All of these stages, right? See that daily reward? So you can farm Essence of Dimension or Titan component packs 20 times a day from here. And then you can farm it an additional 4 times a day from here. And then you can farm it an additional 4 times a day from the Shield story. And then you can farm it an additional 3 times per day from the new Chapter 13. So that's what? 31 times? You have 31 drops per day of these. And I've seen as little as 2 and as much as 6 drop. So on average, that means 4. 4 times 31 is what? 124 divided by 2 is like 62. So that means you can theoretically farm 50 plus of each of these a day. That's crazy good. That's so good. And the crazy thing is, farming these instead of farming the fragments requires less tier 3 investment, because basically for every tier 3 character that they want you to bring, it will increase your chance to get a fragment. But you don't want a fragment necessarily. Maybe you don't care about the fragments and you just want these, right? So you'll purposely bring other tier 3s that you have that aren't these characters, or if these are your only tier 3s, let's say, you just bring one of them, or you let 2 of them die. Letting 2 of them die will drop your odds by 20%, and then you can just solo it at the end with 1 character. So these rewards are mental. They're so good, but it gets better. So there's a chest. There's only 3 fragments to get. There's only 3 missions in the chapter 13. The missions are difficult, but you get 5 and 6 star comic cards. There are no premium cards, unfortunately, but there is 5 and 6 star card farming. So for just 816 for 24 energy, oh no, you know what? I think there are, no, there's only 3 fragments. Yeah. For 24 energy, you can guarantee yourself a 5-star card every single day. So that means at minimum, you're getting an extra mythic card per week, but you're probably going to get a little bit more than that. We'll have to see how the RNG goes, but that's minimum 1 extra mythic card per week. That's really good. And that's exactly what we've been asking for. So I'm really happy with these rewards. You can also get tier 3 materials from these chests on top of that. So it's awesome. More tier 3 materials, Essence of Dimension and Titan component packs. And then we have the other chest. I'm not sure if he shows it off. The other chest is not as good. I will sort of spoil it for you. The shield chest. Sorry to all the shield agents who were hoping that the shield chest would be good. But this one has 4 fragments and it's ISO. It's ISO 8 and tier 3 materials. This one's a bit of a bummer. I was kind of disappointed to see them do that, but you know, this update is a big win. So not everything is going to be, you know, not everything is going to be, I guess, perfect. And maybe there are some players that actually do need ISO. So you only get 6-star and fully awakened ISO. There's no like 1-star, 2-star, 3-star. So if you hit the jackpot, you're getting a fully awakened ISO. So it's, you know, this is the best worst, right? We didn't want to see ISO at all, but this is the best case scenario for ISO if we were seeing ISO. So that I'm kind of happy about. And also you're still getting tier 3 materials, the chance to get tier 3 materials. So pretty nuts as far as rewards go. Now I want to show you guys the uniform options for these characters really quickly, because I know you guys are going to ask about that. Oh, actually, you know what? I want to show you guys the, well, yeah, I'll show you guys the uniform options first. So the uniform options are over at 4215. So we got the uniform options for, it changes its Adam Warlock, nice. We got the uniform options for Thor, Loki, and Valkyrie. So I believe we start off with Loki. Loki's uniform options are Minerva, Captain Marvel. Then we've got Doctor Strange, Infinity War, Storm, X-Men Red. We've got Red Guardian, and then we've got Captain America, Hydra Supreme. So very free to play friendly options. Doctor Strange is the only one that is a little bit more expensive, but even that one is not double cost. So really good rewards there. Next up, we're gonna have, I believe it's Thor's. Let's take a look here really quickly. Oh, whoops, went a little bit too far. So for Thor's uniform options, I believe Thor's has really good ones as well. You got Invisible Woman, Future Foundation. You've got Dr. Octopus, then Ronin, Endgame, Lady Deadpool. This one's kind of annoying, but if you have the Holiday Lady Deadpool, then this one is Synergy, so it's discounted. So at least there's that. And then Miles Morales into the Spider-Verse. This one's a little bit annoying to see because he just got another better uniform, but at least it's not, there's no, well, there's only the native tier 2 black Deadpool. Deadpool is the only native tier 2, and there are no premium characters. There's the Crystal Cost one for Invisible Woman, but that's it. So yeah, it's a little bit better than what we've seen recently. I'm not sure if he actually goes in and checks Valkyrie's uniform options, so I'll just tell you what Valkyrie's uniforms options are. They are Medusa, the new Medusa Inhumans uniform, She-Hulk Avengers, Jean Grey Universal Marvel Girl, Thor Endgame, and then White Fox Lifestyle Series 1. So the old, wait, no, White Fox Lifestyle? Oh yeah, the White Fox Lifestyle is the old White Fox uniform, not the new one that they just sold for money the old one here. I panicked for a second, but yeah, this is the last option for Valkyrie, not this one. This is Lifestyle Series 2, not 1. So yeah, the uniform options do seem quite good, a little bit better than what we've seen recently. Now I want to show you guys Loki's tier 3 skill. It's actually so cool. So it's at 3512 roughly. So yeah, the cards, it's just really hard for Mateo and any of the other star creators. It's a bummer that they do that on the APKs now. Maybe it's good riddance for the APKs, because you know the star creators don't have to deal with that anymore. But check out Loki's skills. They look absolutely dope. So here we go. He slashes and he gets a little bit of a clone action. Really cool. But you don't actually summon clones. You sort of see them briefly. He's got an iframe there on 3. Very theatrical. His 4th skill is very cool, very Mysterio-esque. Summons a bunch of clones that shoot these lasers. Really cool. Again, I'm calling them clones. They are clones, but they're not really, you know, they're just there for an attack, basically, right? They're not clones that are gonna, maybe they'll do other things. I don't know, actually. His 5th skill is really cool, too. He sort of conjures this energy there. There's more, yeah, with the SFX, looks really cool. Sort of like Molecule Man. And then check out his tier 3 skill. His tier 3 skill is nuts. Yup. Look at the swag. Look at the swag. Goes through every single uniform he's ever had. Man, that is like superduperswag.com. That's a crazy tier 3. I gotta give it up to the people who thought that up at Marvel Future Fight. You did a fantastic job. That is so Loki. You guys hit the nail on the head. That is the most fitting tier 3 I've ever seen. It's so unique. It's so cool. And I know there's people out there who are going to tier 3 him just for the look alone, just for the tier 3 skill alone. And that's so dope. And the thing is, you can just update it in the future if he ever gets another uniform. So he sips the drink, boom, OG, Lady Loki, boom, boom. So sick. And then he just drops the cup. Oh, so much swag from the king of Jotunheim. I absolutely love it. So that was that, and now I want to show you guys Valkyrie's skills here really quickly. Man, Loki looks sick. I'm actually really excited for these characters and how amazing that their skills look. I think they did a fantastic job. They basically feel like 3 brand new characters, in my opinion. Valkyrie is no different here. You check out, she's got iframe here with the spins. She does a little bit of barbarian whirlwind there with the 2. Pretty cool. The 3rd skill looks really sick. This is the one with the counter attack and the ignore iframe. So you might be seeing this a little bit in PvP and Conquest, stuff like that. She goes like that, and then she goes boom, boom, boom. One more time. She pops the sword up, and then if you hit her, she goes boom, 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 boom. She zips around. Really cool stuff. Wait till you see her awakening skill. Her 4th skill is pretty sick too. Bunch of slashes after an iframe, and then iframe at the end. 5, she summons the horses. Extra damage here, and then the horses start doing this like wave attack. Now check out the awakening skill. This is with Sif and Heimdall. So absolutely gorgeous animations that we've never seen before. So good. Multicolored, giving you Bifrost vibes, giving you Asgard vibes. Now just to recap, Sif does not have anything in this update, but Heimdall did get the awakening without a uniform. So a lot of people are speculating. So Heimdall is like the Silk or the Elsa of the update. A lot of people are speculating because Sif is in the skill, but she's not getting anything, that we're going to see a mid-month, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. side of the update. So we'd see maybe like Quake tier 3 with the uniform and Sif uniform and awakening, right? We might be seeing that. So that's pretty dope. Here, Mateo checks to see if they took out the 1-star and 2-star cards from the Dimension mission chest. You're right, Mateo. They definitely should have taken the 1-star and 2-star cards out of the Dimension mission chest, but unfortunately they haven't yet. Hopefully they do. Last but not least, I want to show you guys the icons. I know you guys love the icons. So check it out here. The 3 new icons are the S.H.I.E.L.D. logo, Black Panther, King of Wakanda, Wakanda Forever, and then Loki sort of phasing backwards like Homer going through the hedge, to avoid suspicion or whatever. So those are the 3 new icons. That's the Mythic Pass. That is the token. Yeah, the Loki's the token. This is the Mythic, and that's the Legendary Battle Pass rewards. So, one more thing I gotta hit you guys with. One more thing. Yeah, this update is jam-packed with stuff. Right here, we have a small update to Timeline Battle. This is not a huge update. Unfortunately, there are not any reward updates in Timeline Battle yet. I'm hoping to see those, but we are getting a new category. You've got recommended characters, you've got restricted characters, the banned characters, and then you've got buff characters. Buff characters will have their attack, defense, and HP increased by 10%, and the tier of the amount of increase will become higher with higher tiers. So we're not really sure what higher tiers mean, if the tiers are going to be here, or if they mean tiers as in like bronze, silver, gold, platinum, vibranium tier. We don't know. Those are the leagues, but we'll have to wait and see. This could be really cool if they put a bunch of underused characters in this tier. If they put Sentry and Jean Grey and Silver Surfer in this tier, then it's stupid and it's a complete waste. So I hope that they understand that they have to put all of the non-meta characters that have like less than 1% usage in PvP. That's who needs to go here. You know, characters like Heimdall, characters like Miles Morales, characters like Blade should be here on the buff list. Characters who are native tier 1 and non-transcended, those characters should be on the buff. I know I said Heimdall, but those characters should be here on the buff list to make you want to play with them. You know, maybe, we don't know, right? But maybe Spider-Man or another, you know, maybe Spider-Man 2099 can be really good in PvP this week if he has a 50% attack, defense, and HP bonus. Who knows? So that will definitely help open the playing field. It really depends on how they handle this, but I do like this change. This is definitely a step in the right direction. This is definitely the way to encourage people to build their roster wider, and it encourages people to use different characters on their team instead of every team being exactly the same carbon copy. You know, Sentry, Silver Surfer, Colossus, Sentry, Jean Grey, Mystique, whatever kind of thing. So, with that being said, let me know what you guys think of the APK. Thank you so much one more time to Mateo Stein. Go hit up his YouTube channel and show him some love, show him some support, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.